2025 felt harder than you expected. Not in a dramatic way, just heavy. You're not alone. I think a lot of people feel the same way right now. It's not like everything went wrong. It's not like it was a complete disaster. It's just that it took more out of us than we thought it would. For a lot of people, myself included, 2025 wasn't a year of big wins or breakthrough. It really was a year of trying to stay afloat, trying to keep your head above water. It was a year of showing up when you really didn't have the energy, of dealing with a lot of things that didn't make it to the highlight reel. And when that's the kind of year you've had, the usual end of year, new year messages feel a bit off, or you have this pressure to feel excited, the pressure to have a clear vision, have clear goals, talk about growth and momentum for the new year. But honestly, you might just feel tired. I think what makes years like this especially difficult is that they don't come with a clean story. There is no obvious lessons, no dramatic turning points. It's just a slow accumulation of stress. Financial uncertainty that never fully resolved, plans that got derailed or delayed, energy that didn't quite come back. But because it's subtle, it's very easy to downplay it, to tell yourself, you should be fine. Other people had it worse. You shouldn't complain. But not the worst year of your life doesn't automatically mean it was a good one. Sometimes a year is just heavy. And acknowledging that matters more than pretending otherwise. Around this time, there's a lot of messaging about, fresh starts, new year, new you, clean slates, big plans. I get why that's appealing because hope is comforting. But post-optimism can actually make things worse. Because if you don't feel hopeful just yet, it actually adds another layer of stress. You start to feel like you're already behind even before the year starts. And I'm here to remind you that you don't need to convince yourself that 2026 will be amazing or the best year yet. At least not at this point. You don't need a dramatic reinvention. You don't need to transform your habits, your career, your finances, and your personality all at once. Sometimes the most honest starting point is simply this, just acknowledging the facts that you're tired and you just want things to feel a little lighter. So when I say 2026 doesn't need to be perfect to be better, I mean better in quieter ways. Better might mean a little more stability, fewer financial surprises, less mental stress. Better might mean that you stop asking so much of yourself, or that you choose consistency over intensity, or that you focus only on making things not harder than they need to be. Not every year is about acceleration. Some years are about repair, recalibration, rejuvenation, about giving yourself the room to breathe again. And that still counts as progress, even when it doesn't look that way from outside. I also want to talk about money here very gently because I know that for a lot of people, that's part of the reason why the year felt so heavy. And it's not necessarily because things were catastrophic, but money stress is persistent. It sits in the background. It affects how safe you feel and how flexible your life feels. Maybe 2026 isn't about making more money as fast as possible. Maybe it's about, clarity. Like knowing where you stand, reducing uncertainty where you can, and just trying to feel okay financially before trying to feel ahead. That might mean small systems, so simple habits, fewer avoidable stressors. If you're going into 2026 without any big plans, I think that's okay. Instead of goals, think in terms of anchors. Ask yourself, what would make my days feel slightly calmer? What's one area of life I'd like more steadiness in? And what's one thing I could simplify instead of overhaul? And you don't need 10 answers, just 1 or 2 is enough. And remember that you don't need to solve your entire life this year. You just need to move in a direction that feels more supportive than punishing. If 2025 was about getting through it, then maybe 2026 can be about recovering a little. About rebuilding trust with yourself, about choosing fewer things but choosing them more intentionally. Here's a reminder that you're not late, you're not broken, and you don't need to catch up. And if nothing else, I hope this year feels a bit lighter than the last one, a bit steadier, a bit happier, a bit kinder. And if that's all it is, that's still enough. If you like thoughtful conversations about money, personal growth, and figuring things out, you probably feel at home here. Please like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos. Thank you so much for watching up until this point. I will see you in the next video.